Okay, so this has to be quick because I've got to get ready to go into the office here in just a few minutes. But sorry, I'm trying to fix my makeup. It's kind of a hot mess today. But I never did come back and tell y'all what happened with the Botox injections. Also, side note, I have a different acrylic set of teeth right now because they took the original set off and did the mold for all the permanent crowns two days ago, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Anyway, so the permanent crowns are being put on in about 3 weeks, and I'm really ready for that to be done. They actually went in on one of my teeth, and right now the gum line is higher than the others, so I'm hoping it'll grow back. But they had to go in and actually remove part of the gum line because I had excess gum tissue on one of the teeth, and so it just made everything look wonky, no matter, you know, if the teeth were straight or not. They were just going to look weird. It didn't hurt because they had me numbed from, you know, from the bottom of my teeth all the way up through my eyeball. But the dentist at one point said he was sorry if it was hurting, and I told him no, it didn't hurt, but the smell of burning flesh was kind of disgusting. But anyway, real quick about the Botox injections. So it's not just an injection. I don't know why, silly me, thinking that I'd go in and they do an injection here and they do an injection here and I'd go on about my merry way. No, I figured out that I was wrong when I walked into the room, and there were 4 syringes and they were all filled with Botox. And I think it was like 200 units that they ended up putting in. So they went in and they put shots starting down here at the bottom of my jaw, and then they went, you know, into the jaw joint, and that was really, really painful because he had a fellow that was with him. Like, I mean, it was a male, but it was like a medical fellow that was with him. So he was explaining what he was doing, and he was talking about, like, you have to get really close to the bone, but not hit the bone. So when you start feeling the resistance, that's when you stop, and I don't know, scary stuff. And so then they went up into my temple, and then they went back over behind my ears on each side. So in this one, they did like 9 or 10 shots on this side. And on this side, I said that I was going to count how many they did, just so I had a good idea. But then it hurt so bad that I forgot to count. I just basically made noises and tried not to kick my feet like a toddler because it hurt. But anyway, I didn't have any bad reactions or anything like that. I did have a migraine the next day, but I'm not sure if that was from the Botox or if it was from the fact that I didn't take my migraine prevention medicine that night, because I was a little bit paranoid about mixing my medicine that I need to take so that I don't get headaches with the Botox, even though they don't work in your system in the same way. But anyway, so I'll go back in 4 months and have another series of Botox injections, not just an injection. And I'll take my migraine prevention medicine that day, so I can tell if it's actually the Botox and the trauma to my joint. I don't know if it's trauma, really. I felt traumatized, but anyway, so then I'll know maybe if the Botox causes me to have a migraine, because they do. I mean, they did put shots right here, you know, in my temple, because it was in the jaw, the mastication muscles. So that's how he said, we're going to put these in the jaw and mastication muscles. So I don't apparently there's muscles up here that are involved with chewing, which I guess makes sense because when you open your mouth, I mean, I guess those muscles move a little bit. I don't know. But there goes my screensaver again. Hold on, because, you know, then it makes me look like I'm in a rave, which I actually never went to. But anyway, so that was how the Botox went. I don't recommend anybody take it up as a hobby or a pastime. I have been told that if you get it in places like here and here, you know, to get rid of the wrinkles, that it doesn't hurt as bad. And that's quite possible, because by the time he made it around to the back of my ear, I was actually kind of relieved that he was just sticking needles, you know, into my skull at that point instead of into the joint. It felt similar to when I have steroid injections into my hip, because, you know, I'm 40 years old and my body has already started falling apart. So I have chronic bursitis in my right hip. And so I periodically have to go and get a steroid injection there. But the difference is that's just one needle, right? And it's just one shot. I mean, it hurts. But it's more like a pressure, because the medicine is filling up the space where all the bursa sacs are. So the jaw was a little bit like that, but it was like 20 times worse, because instead of one injection, there were like 20 total injections. I think it's somewhere around 20. And in some places, he'd shoot some of the medicine out, and then he would just re-angle the needle a little bit. So he said he would do a twofer, and then on this side he was going to do that as well, but it hurt me so bad that he said, okay, well, we're going to do a threefer here. So I don't know if it would have felt better if he had pulled out the needle and then, you know, and reinserted, or if, you know, if it hurt worse because he just moved the needle around. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. My jaw surgeon is brilliant, though. I mean, I really, really, really like him. And my dentist that's been doing all my dental work actually studied under him. And so I felt really good, because anybody who's trained under my jaw doctor, I have absolute faith in, because his name is Patrick Lewis, Louis, and he's at the Kirkland Clinic in Birmingham. So I do have to drive a little bit to get to him, but it's totally worth it, because the man changed my life. He's been he hasn't been responsible for the pain, because my jaw is responsible for the pain that I've been feeling. But I mean, he has caused quite a bit of pain between the, you know, cutting my face open from the top of my ear to the bottom of my ear, and peeling my skin back, and, you know, cleaning off bone spurs and putting screws in my jaw. I mean, that was not a fun day or a walk in the park. And 6 months without being able to eat a bacon cheeseburger, because that's how I measured my my recovery, is if I could go to Five Guys, burgers and fries, and get a bacon cheeseburger. And so finally, after 6 months, he said that I could. So, I mean, if you judge your recovery based on when you can eat a cheeseburger, you may have some food issues, you know, rather than judging it based off of how wide you can open your mouth and the measurements that they take and everything. I wasn't concerned about that. I just wanted to be able to eat a cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger, because bacon makes everything better. I think there's probably a few things that bacon doesn't make better. But anyway, so this was my quick update. I know it's been like a month since I first stepped out of my comfort zone and did a vlog. And I did kind of want to let everybody know how the whole Botox thing works. So if you have TMJ and your doctor suggests Botox, I mean, it's been great. I mean, obviously I can move my mouth fine, and, you know, I haven't had the soreness and the tiredness, and I feel like maybe my disc is actually back in place where it's supposed to be. I'm not feeling any of the popping or the clicking. So anyway, so if you have TMJ and your doctor recommends Botox, then, I mean, give it a try. Just be prepared. It does not feel good. But if you're to the point that you are considering any kind of medical or surgical intervention on your jaw, then you're already used to it not feeling good. So, I should get about 3 to 4 months of relief from this. And, to me personally, I feel like it was worth the few minutes. It may not have even been minutes. It felt like forever. But anyway, it was totally worth the few minutes that I was uncomfortable while he was doing the injections. Although the migraine the next day was terrible, it was not by far one of the worst ones I've ever had. It's still, to be able to get, potentially several months relief, it's well worth it. So if it's worth getting a migraine for, then I obviously would recommend it. But I'm not a medical professional. I look at WebMD sometimes, though very rarely, because my doctor says don't, because it says everything is cancer. I just rely on the people that actually went to medical school, and I haven't been disappointed by any of them. None of them have killed me yet. So obviously they all learned enough in medical school to keep me alive. Anyway, I have to go to work now because I'm on a flex schedule because craziness and health accommodations and remote learning and football and all kinds of fun stuff. So my calendar says I'm supposed to be at work today. So I'm getting ready to go into the office, and I will talk to y'all later. Next time we'll probably address why I feel the need to constantly put my hands up near my throat. I have no clue about it, but I have, maybe some Twilight jokes to go along with it. But anyway, y'all have a great day and be blessed, and just be thankful for your health, your home, your clothes, your family, if being able to put food into your stomach and put a roof over the head of your kids and keep them comfortable is just truly a blessing that I think most of us here in first world countries forget about. So be blessed and be kind, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.